This is a Type 5 Heavy. This is a Japanese Tier 10 heavy tank, and the map is Mountain Pass. I'm going to do 2,800 damage. I'm going to do 10,300 blocked by armor. I'm working on a mission which is HT-12 Sturdy Armor. I almost completed it. I was literally one shot away from not doing the damage, and I had so many chances to do it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is that I'm doing this with tanks that have spaced armor because I think you're more likely to block damage with spaced armor for different reasons. One of the reasons is because you need to stay in the game. Anything that keeps you in the game is going to help you block more damage. The angle that I'm taking right here is not the best angle. What I'm doing is I'm pointing the gun over the corner of the tank. With spaced armor, you can actually take it more towards the outside corner. This angle this is what I would do with a regular tank side scraping with this angle. But with spaced armor on the side, I would not do that. The T95, he's actually going to block 7,000 damage in this game. So you can see that this must have been before I really had figured out the proper angle. Because, you know, I've been trying for a couple of days to block damage. And it's actually pretty easy. I had more than one game where I did over 10,000 blocked by armor. And I had lots of games that were like 8,000. Okay, so there's the first one. It's a T-34B. Where did he hit me? You can see he hit me right there above the machine gun. I'm going to have like a shot right like that on that T-34B using like an APCR round, and it's not going to penetrate. You know, so shots like that are going to happen. Okay, so the T-95 hit me with an HE round, and he actually did the damage to me, so it wasn't blocked. Okay, so the T-34B fired an APCR round. You can see he hit me right there underneath the machine gun. And you can see that I'm also using a bad angle. This might be the shot where it bounces off his hull. I guess not. Trying to hit the top of that T-95. I got 800 blocked by armor total. T-95 fired an HE round for 37 damage. T-34B bounced off of me. That's where the bounce is. I believe it was 400 damage. Okay, so that shot missed. Still not a good angle. Okay, let's see where he hit me. It looks like he hit the machine gun. Okay, I got 633 on that T-95. He also hit me again with HE, but he hit the track. The T-34, I bounced 400. He hit me high up above the gun. You can see right here. So you can see he hit me here, 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 here. Now, one of the issues that's going to hurt me in this game, that's probably the one where I apparently missed him. It was a clear shot. If I had made that shot, it might have helped me complete the mission. I got 2,000 blocked by armor. One of the problems with the game is that eventually the enemy's going to surround me. Okay, so we had two bounces. One of them hit me, I believe it's right here. And this is an HE splash. Okay, so I believe that this was a T-95. He hit me with HE. Oh no, he hit me with APCR. So one of these shots is from the T-34 and one is from the T-95. I got 3150 blocked by armor. Still not a good angle. I wouldn't use that angle if I were playing today. Look at that shot. Another one that looked like an easy shot that didn't penetrate. Okay, so that one, it looks like he hit me right here. And that was an AP round. After he did not penetrate with 3 APCR, he's now firing AP rounds at me. Did not penetrate him. I'm up to 3550 blocked by armor. It's going to be a comedy of errors. I'm going to have lots of opportunities to get that last 200 damage, and they're all going to fail. Okay, so he fired an APCR round. It looks like they both hit me on this upper plate. The T-34 fired an AP round and the T-95 fired an APCR round. I'm up to 4,700 blocked by armor. It's very easy to block damage. You can see I've taken only like 220 damage. I did 715 on the T-34B. He's probably going to leave. I have lots of games where I block lots of damage. Didn't penetrate him. Okay, so that was 57 high explosive round. He has the right idea, but he's probably not going to have any luck. If he wants to hit me with a high explosive round, he's going to have to hit me basically on this plate. That might be his only chance, or if he hits me on the roof. The enemy is pushing my team back a little bit. They're being a little bit more aggressive in the south. I believe he hit me with an HE round on the track. I'm up to 4,700 blocked by armor. I've got 1,300 damage. The T-34, he hit me with an AP round. I'm guessing this is a shot here on the upper plate. The T-95 hit me with an AP round, and I blocked 750 damage. He must have hit me right here on the upper deck near the gun. This is obviously a high explosive splash. I'm up to 5850 blocked by armor. Scores 3-7. He hit my track. T-34 hit me for 400. He hit me right here on what they call the cheek. This is a bad angle that I have right now. I don't know why I'm reversing. Maybe I'm worried about the enemy coming around from behind. I'm aware of what's going on. Okay, so that was an AP round, and it was 750. It looks like he hit me right here on the right cheek. Did not penetrate him. If I don't know if that was an HE round or not, but I'm getting a little bit concerned here. I'm up to 7,000 damage. Someone is saying that I'm a bot, which obviously I'm not. I'm looking for damage. I'm really concerned about getting damage. Okay, so that was 250 damage that I gained. I mean, that T-34 looks like an easy target. Okay, so the it looks like I blocked 750 from the T-95 and 400 from the T-34B. One of them hit me down here, and it looks like the other one hit me right here. That was really disappointing. 27 damage. My angle is really bad. This is a good angle for the T-34. It's a horrible angle for these other tanks. I'm going to have an easy shot on that. I think the T-32 is going to run away. Bad angle. That's a really bad angle. Now, obviously, if I keep the T-34 alive, he's just going to continue bouncing off of me, so it really wasn't a high priority. He may have hit me right here on the track. Okay, that was an AP round. I believe he hit me right here. He looks like he was aiming for this weak spot. Oh, I needed that. 604 damage. I'm up to 9,600 blocked by armor. He hit me for 675. That was the first substantial damage I received in the game. Okay, so that he obviously swerved his tank to make me miss. He hit me for 702. Let's see if we could see where he hit me. Both of them were in the lower plate. My angle is bad. This is not the proper angle. I should be aiming my hull more that way. Showing him more of my side would have been the proper thing. It's possible that I did this before I learned the proper angle. I think this is going to be another miss. Oh, 527. But look at my damage, 2797. I need 203 more in order to complete the mission. I've done the blocked by armor. I've completed the blocked by armor, but not the total damage. You can see here, 8,700 blocked is what I needed, and I need the 3,000, but I'm not going to get it. This might be my last shot right here for the game. Okay, so he got me up to 10,370. He fired an APCR round. I'm guessing he hit my lower plate, but I'm really not sure. I'm going to miss an easy shot. Too bad. The T-32 is going to run, which really ticked me off. He hit me for 760. And that was a disappointing miss. You know, I play with high ping time. It's 216 millisecond. So anything that requires any sort of accuracy is just not going to happen. Oh, and that's the game. He finished me off. I have a screenshot. I wish I could pull it up, where basically the ammo hits one spot and the hole was in another spot, and it was far apart. That's what happens with latency. Okay, so that's the game. I did 2797 damage, 10,370 blocked by armor, 336 assisted. Basically, I suffered at close range when the enemy was firing APCR at my weak spots. I didn't have the proper angle, and I probably should have tried a little bit of a different strategy in getting damage throughout the game. This is a Type 5 heavy. This is a Japanese Tier 10 heavy tank. And the map is steps. I'm going to block 6,250 damage in this game. So as we are right now, I'm actually at a pretty safe angle. I don't really have to worry about taking damage from that tank. So I blocked 800 in 2 shots. He did damage on the 3rd shot. Let's see where he hit. You can see, obviously, that one shot went over there. When there's a shot that's aimed directly towards the center mass of your tank, that could indicate that he's using auto aim, especially if it's multiple shots. You know, that's weird. I don't see anything else. I mean, I doubt that he fired all 3 shots at the exact same place. Okay, cupola. He did damage on the cupola. It's possible that he hit the same spot twice. Bad angle right there. I corrected the angle. You want to hide the cupola. The T-95, I don't think he's really going to be a big threat. He's not going to go after me. That tank is a threat. Let's look at these tanks. 60 TP, he's trouble. He does they do a lot of damage. E100, I believe, has heat rounds. They can do a lot of damage. T110 E5 can do a lot of damage. T57 heavy, I don't think that's a high penetration gun. 257, I don't know. Standard B, anything that's an autoloader can hit you on the side armor repeatedly. They can take a lot of your hit points away. T95 is a threat at close range. SPGs, over time, they can take you out of the game. Rheinmetall, no big deal. Udis has high penetration. He's got a tier 10 gun. He's a threat. This is a difficult game. Bad angle. I got a bad angle on that E100. But I blocked 750. I blocked his heat round for 750. Unfortunately, I can't find where he hit. I got hit by the artillery. He hit me on the lower plate. I've been testing using the torsion bars and the repair kits, the toolboxes. You got to have everything in order. You got to have all the repair kits, the toolbox, the repair crew skill, the torsion bars. You need it all, and the spall liner. All that is going to help you go further when blocking armor. Now, I'm in a situation here where I'm not visible to all these tanks. I'm not in their line of fire. So I'm losing my opportunities to block damage and make it more difficult for that E100 because he'd have to go for my turret instead of having a shot at my lower plate if I move further forward. Boring. So this is not really a good position. I'm not doing anything smart here. Oh, this is a different gun. This is my HE gun. If you watch my other replays, you'll note that I switched my guns on the Type 5 Heavy. And I'm using... The HE gun is a piece of garbage, and I didn't realize that they had the other gun available. I don't know if they changed it or something. So when I realized it and I switched guns, I've been having better games. Okay, so the Rheinmetall Borsig hit me with a heat round. Wow, they got heat rounds. I do not see where I got hit by that. Somebody hit my gun mantlet, which was probably a high explosive round. Cannot see where that heat round hit me. That was a bounce 390 on an AP round. I'm going to fire a random shot. I've only blocked 1900. It's been 3 minutes. Done a lot of spotting damage, which is cool. You see that angle's not that bad. It could be better. I blocked 750 on the T95, which was APCR, and 2 shots in a row from the 257 for 390 each. Okay, so let's take a look, see anything interesting. Some shots on the lower plate. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This was a ricochet. Look, it hit here, here, and here. And a shot over here. Angle is not the best. This is space armor that was 390 that I blocked. So I could take a more aggressive angle, and it would make it more difficult for them to, I would probably block more. That was a wild shot. The T95, I think he's going to move. He's not happy. So I've blocked 3,800. Haven't done any damage. I've obviously been trying to. Okay, so I knew it was risky, but the T95, I don't think he's going to be a threat. Watch him kill me. Okay, see, this angle is really good. That was all blocked. All those shots were blocked. It's like they're giving me a new haircut. T95 repositioned. Okay, so I got penetrated twice by the 257 and the T95. You can see that that was probably the T95 and this shot on the cupola. So being close to the enemy is very dangerous because they can hit your weak spots easily. I blocked 5,800, and as you can see by this indicator, I'm 3/4 of the way there, but I'm not doing enough damage. This is a good angle. If I had this angle, you notice that as he comes around, I'm adjusting my angle. I'm constantly adjusting my angle. If I had auto-aimed that tank, it would be easier to adjust the angle, but I don't believe that I did. We're winning the game. This angle is okay. It started out poorly. This is a little bit on the aggressive side. Not sure where he bounced. I could easily get behind this dead tank. I'm up to 1,000 damage, 6,200 blocked. And I've used up both of my repair kits, so I cannot repair my engine. And they both were used one after the other. That was only 100, but look at what an awful angle I have. And look at that. He penetrated. Obviously, it was only a 122. He hit me right there with a high explosive round. I could be taken out of the game in the next shot. I could also sneeze. Oh, maybe I won't. Oh, look at that. That angle is not good. This is an angle that you would take if you don't have spaced armor. If you don't have spaced armor, you put the gun over the inside track. Because I do have spaced armor, I should bring it another 15 or 20 degrees around. He could easily, yeah, well, not over the corner. So I want to confirm that when I first started angling, I would put it over the corner, and I was getting penetrated all the time. When I moved it over the inside corner, tanks were not penetrating me all the time anymore. So the technique definitely works. Okay, so we've got an issue where I'm 3/4 of the way with the block damage, not even halfway with the regular damage. And let's see, this is a very slow tank, so we will teleport using magic. Oh, that's the game. Okay, so it looks like it was a win, 15-9. I wasn't able to finish the mission. This tank is the VK4502B. This is a German Tier 9 heavy tank, and the map is Studzianki. I am going to block 6,400 damage in this game. Now, this does not have spaced armor. It has, it looks like a double-plated. No, it's not double-plated. It doesn't have spaced armor, so I'm going to use a different angle when I'm angling out in the open. I don't know if I'm going to play out in the open. I probably will. The reason why is because you want to be far from the enemy. I want them to spot me. I want them to shoot at me. I have no idea what's going to happen. Let's see what I need. 5850. So I'm actually going to get enough blocked in order to complete the mission, but I'm probably not going to get the 3,000 damage. Okay, so that's the first block shot. That's another block shot. I'm already up to 1,900 blocked in a minute and 10 seconds. Let's check out where those shots were. We've got 2 on the front hull, 1 under the turret. The FV215B 183 fired an AP round at me. You can see him. He is right there. That's not him, but he's right behind him. And it was an AP round for 1,100 damage. Not a good angle for my gun. Okay, so the Conqueror hit me. Let's see where he hit me. With an AP round. Lower plate. Now, those guys over there, the Udis could definitely do damage to me. But at that angle, it's going to be really tough for that Udis to do any damage. I want those tanks to hit me. The GW Tiger is a big threat right now. Did we go through the tanks? Okay, the 60 TP, he can do a lot of damage. He's a dangerous tank. E100 is a dangerous tank. I think it has heat rounds. IS-7 might. FV215B is dangerous. Grill, I don't know. The WZ, I don't think that Chinese tanks have high penetration. I'm not sure. Conqueror, I'm not that worried about, even though he hit my lower plate. This tank, I don't know. This one, I don't know. This one could be if he has the HE rounds. This one, probably not. This one, oh, it's a medium tank. I don't know with his gun. This one can penetrate. This one is not a problem. This one will do damage. Most of these tanks can damage my tank. So I am, now I'm concerned after the replay. Should have looked before the game. So I remember that they were nailing me over and over again. The T-49, he got really close. He's literally like right over there. I'm up to 3,800 blocked, 4,000 blocked. Haven't done any damage yet. I'm going to get up to 6,400. GW Tiger is hitting me. You're a heavy tank. You're not supposed to be playing out in the open because you're getting hit by Artie. And you can't see Artie because Artie is far away and they're invisible and they're magic. You have to play where the heavy tanks play, which is near the buildings and near the hills and the corridors. You're sniping in a heavy tank. I can just imagine what the comments would be. You're in a heavy tank and you're sniping. You're sniping. You're sniping in a heavy tank. What you're doing isn't good for your team. One of the things I'd like to add, when you block a lot of damage, you are helping your team. The enemy is not firing at your allies and they're not doing damage. They're just wasting rounds. What I've discovered is games where I block a lot of damage, we often win because I got lots of tanks shooting at me while my allies are going around killing stuff. Okay, so notice that the way I angle my tank is that the gun is over the inside corner. I talk about this all the time. I've never heard anyone else use the same technique. This is a technique you want to use when you're out in the open. It's a rear-mounted tank, so you're going to use a little bit of a different angle. I could probably go more on the inside of the track, but this is the general angle that you want when you're out in the open. And even when you're side scraping, learn that angle and use it. So I'm up to 4,900 blocked. Somebody missed. Again, I want them to hit me. Look, somebody hit me on that upper deck. Okay, so now I am reversing. Obviously, there's got to be some reason why. Probably because I'm low on hit points. Or maybe because I want to do damage. So the GW Tiger, let's see if we can figure out where he hit me. Because of the splash on the side, he hit me on the side. Scores 1-1. Okay, so one thing about this angle, I've got one corner of my hull pointed towards that enemy, the other corner pointed towards the other enemy. That's the strategy you want to use when you've got two different flanks you got to defend against. I think he's going to take me out of the game with like an HE round or something. So the Type 4 Heavy hit me for 450. The UDES bounced 390. The M46 bounced 240. The UDES and M46 were firing APCR. I'm up to 6,000 blocked, 6,400 blocked. So I'm probably going to not block anymore. Oh, that's bad. Don't put your angle of your turret like that. You're sniping in a heavy tank. You don't know how to angle your tank. You don't know how to point your gun. You have a low win rate. You have a low WN8. You're using auto aim. Okay, yeah, that was right. So the HE from the FV215B183 took me out of the game. You want to use the auto aim as often as possible. Obviously, if you need an accurate shot and you need to aim manually, you do it. But other than that, use the auto aim so that your gun is pointing towards the threat and you can angle your tank based on the gun, so you can angle at any time in the game. If you don't use the auto aim, your gun could be pointed anywhere, and then it's harder to figure out the perfect angle against the enemy. Okay, so I did 443 damage, which is absolutely amazing, which I'm sure is going to make me super unicum, and I've got 6,400 damage blocked by. You're a crazy person. You think that 443 damage is good. And I did 1,400 spotting. Let's move on to the next video. This is the Mauschen. This is a Tier 9 German heavy tank. The map is Malinovka. I'm going to block 6,000 damage in this game. I'm working on a mission where I got to block 6,900 and do 3,000 damage. Unfortunately, I'm not going to complete it. Now, you notice that we got these two King Tigers that rolled out in the middle. It won't be long before they're not playing the game anymore. You can figure out why. But I wanted to be spotted. I'm firing my gun because I want to be spotted. We got a tough situation. I am going to block 6,000, but the problem is it's a wide angle. You got to block against that T-54 who's going to show up over here where the IS-6 is. You got to block against the Ferdinand and the tanks going up the hill. That wide angle means you got to point one corner that way. You got to point the other corner that way. You got to constantly move your turret. They're going to have nice shots on you. It's not the easiest way to block damage. In fact, I think it's going to be that Emil. It's not going to be the tanks in front of me. It's going to be the Emil that's going to do a lot of damage, if I recall correctly. So I've already blocked 240, which is a T-25/2. Those Tigers, what they did was really dumb. They're not fast enough to be playing in that position. I believe that this was soon after the Tiger 2 was made available. So they were just excited about playing it. I would like to add that you're watching this video as a set of videos. I did it all within like an hour. I played a game, blocked 6,000, played a game, blocked 6,000, played another game, blocked 6,000. It's not difficult. You just have to learn the right way to angle your tank. Let's look at the enemy team. Is there anyone here who's really dangerous? I know that the Ferdinand has penetrated me before. Autoloaders will hit you on the side. I don't know about these other tanks. SPGs have taken me out of the game. This is a horrible angle right here. I'm very vulnerable. Very lucky to block those shots. The T-25/2, I did not get the credit. He probably fired a heat round that didn't penetrate. I'm up to 1,100 blocked by armor. It's been less than 2 minutes of the game. I'm up to 1,800 blocked by armor in the first 2 minutes. Got hit by a heat round with the IKV. You see that they're all shooting at me now. I'm up to 2,500 blocked by armor. Got most of my hit points. It was the SPG that took 122 hit points away from me. Over 3,000 blocked by armor in 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Again, I want them to hit me. You want to keep on moving. The T-25 hit me for 33 damage. I got hit by the SPG for 139. I'm up to 4,000 blocked by armor in 2.5 minutes. Oh, you know what? This is encounter mode. I might have the time wrong. I think it's a 15-minute game, but I'm not sure. I'm up to 4,600 blocked by armor, 4,800. But I'm not doing enough damage. I'm really concerned about the fact that I'm not doing any damage. I'm up to 5,000 blocked by armor. The Emil is doing some damage to me. I'm going to get enough blocked by armor. The Emil hit me again. Let's take a look at what's going on here. So I got 2 hits on the side. Unfortunately, we don't know who did that. Those shots. It looks like someone hit me here. Which was probably, this was probably an SPG because it has the high explosive splash. These 2 are probably from the Emil. Unfortunately, I can't zoom out. Okay, now I can. Weird. So I did okay, but I lost too many hit points because of, like I said, the wide spread. The Emil took around 900 hit points away from me. Which is almost half of my hit points. And the SPG took, I guess, around 500 or 600 away. So from this point on, it's going to be a little bit difficult. We are losing 2 to 6. I got a lot of guts. You know, I'm not a chicken. I'm not the type of guy who runs away. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to go after these guys. I'm in a weak position. The good thing is they're actually going to run away. Oh, that's not good. With 23 hit points, I'm going to stay in the game. I'm up to 5,500 blocked. I'm very vulnerable now to tanks that fire high explosive rounds or to SPGs. My angle is okay. It's not perfect. It could be a little bit better. I am pretty sure that the ML is going to run away. I'm up to 5970 blocked. I'm going to guess I'm going to be out of the game soon. I haven't done enough damage in this game. Really low on the damage. One of the problems with playing to try and block armor is that you can't say, I'm going to block the 6,000 and then go do 3,000 damage. I've been trying that. It doesn't work. What happens is you're sitting there blocking 6,000 while the enemy's dying. Look, it's 3 to 9, and then there's not enough enemy tanks to go after. So you want to do both at the same time. You want to have a strategy for going after the most dangerous tanks and doing damage to them however you can. It's an HE round. Oh, no, wait. Was that APCR? Ah, that's stupid. I only did 130 damage. I don't know if I fired APCR or HE. I'm not sure. That was 512. That was APCR. And the reason why I'm firing APCR is because I want to get damage. The STA, I'm concerned about him. However, I don't think he's going to be a problem. I am keeping an eye on what's going on there. And like I said, the ML, he's going to run away. And it's the M12 that takes me out of the game. So I did 1,100 damage, 5,970 blocked by armor. So again, this angle is obviously too aggressive of an angle. One thing that you can do, if you know where the SPG is, the SPG hits you, there's an indicator that shows you what quadrant he is. You point the corner of your tank towards that quadrant. You can actually block damage against SPGs, and I didn't think about doing it during this game. I just realized it now. I've done it before. It does work. This tank is a Mauschian. This is a German Tier 9 heavy tank, and the map is Ghost Town. Okay, so the first shot, I got hit by the E50 with a AP round, and he knocked off my track. You can see where he hit me, but I didn't block any damage. Oh, I did block. I blocked 390 damage. You notice that I can take a very aggressive angle because he can't penetrate. However, the Tiger, look at where he hit me. He hit me for 242 damage. He hit my lower plate. When you have two tanks, you want to point one corner towards one tank, the other corner towards the other tank. That gives you the best angle. Right now, this is not the best angle. So I'm waiting for the track to repair. And I want to stay out there because I want the enemy to shoot at me. So I'm trying to stay out in the open as much as possible. I don't know what order this game was made. So I don't know if it was one of my earlier games. Okay, so the Tiger again hit me on the lower plate. At some point I got to be really good and I was blocking 10,000 damage or 8,000 damage every game. And the highest I had was like 10,300. But there was a little bit of practice trying to figure out the proper technique and the proper angle and which tank to use, etc. And also what equipment to use. Okay, so this angle is sort of, if you look at where my gun is pointing, that's way too much of a side angle. He's going to easily penetrate me on the side. There are two penetrations. One of them was earlier in the game, and E75 hit me. This is a horrible angle, which is why he penetrated. Okay, so we've got an AMX 1357. He's going to have difficulty penetrating me from far away at almost any angle, so I'm really not worried much about him. We got a T-29 who's out there on that hill. I wish I knew where he hit me. It looks like somebody hit me right there near the lower track, and another one hit me right under that turret. I'm sure you can see it underneath that little hatch. There's a hole there on the rear sprocket. Okay, so the Tiger, he bounced off of my lower plate. This angle is somewhat okay. You don't want to go more than this angle. This is a little bit at the maximum. And I don't know what the penetration of that Mautian is going to be, but the angle that I'm at right now, because of the way everything has shifted, this is a really bad angle. They could easily penetrate me from that angle. Okay, so the T-29 hit me again. You can see he hit me on the rear right there, and I blocked 320. Both of his shots were APCR rounds. This angle it's not that bad. Okay, I got hit again by the T-29. It looks like he hit me right there on the side of the turret. That was also with an APCR round. The AMX 1357. It looks like he hit me right there up on that upper corner. He did hit me apparently also on the track. He hit me again, but we're not going to worry too much about that tank. He's really not going to penetrate. But what you do when they're firing at you from the rear, you take your turret and the corner of your tank and you point them in the direction of the damage indicator. So if you know that they're up on that hill, you point the corner here up there and the corner of your tank up there to give yourself the best angle. I'm still trying to keep that angle to entice him to hit my spaced armor. Okay, so the T-29 hit me with an APCR round. Look at where he hit me, right on that hatch. So he hit me in a rather weak spot. I'm up to 1950 blocked by armor, but I'm starting to get low on hit points. And also, one of the reasons why I'm going to have problems with this game, I'm only going to get 4,500 blocked by damage, is because I'm in a crossfire. I have tanks behind me that are shooting at me. This is a really bad situation. Okay, the Mautian, look at where he hit me right over the track. I blocked 490. He's shooting regular rounds. The Tiger P hit me possibly right there on the side of the track, which is where I want him to hit me. 240 blocked. I'm keeping that very aggressive angle. The Tiger hit me again right there on the lower plate. But because I have a really good angle, it's going to be difficult for him. Okay, so you see that AMX? This is the angle he's firing from. I could point the corner of my tank and the turret towards him, and it would give me the best deflection off of his shots. Let's see where he hit. He hit me right there underneath the turret on the engine deck. So I'm not really worried about that AMX 57. He never penetrated me a single time, but the T-29 has. Now this is a bad situation coming around this corner because I'm going to have a bad angle when I come around the corner. So one of your options is to point the front of your tank that way. It's a rear-mounted turret. It won't work. The other thing to do Okay, so the T-29 penetrated. It looks like he hit me on the hatch again. I'm pretty sure that that's where he hit me. I'm not sure where that came from, but he must have hit me on the hatch. I've got a really bad angle coming around. You notice that I adjusted the angle. He got a critical damage. It says a track. I'm sorry, but I cannot zoom out to view where the damage is because there's a building next to me. But even though it said I don't know where he hit me, but it did say it hit the track, and it did say 490 blocked. My angle was a little bit too aggressive. I got hit on the track, but I don't know where it got hit on the track. That was a T-29 with an APCR round. I'm up to 3,600 blocked by damage. So you notice that when the Maushin hit my track, I got the blocking damage, but when the T-29 hit my track, I did not get the blocking damage. I believe it means, in the case of the T-29, that the track absorbed the damage, and in the case of the Maushin, that he also was blocked by the hull. You see that that angle is a really good angle against the Maushin, and that's why he wasn't able to penetrate. It looks like he may have hit the center of my upper hull. I'm always adjusting my angle. One of the reasons why I use the auto aim, people will complain about it. They're completely wrong. I use the auto aim because while I'm playing, I can look at my tank and I can check my angle. I constantly check my angle. You'll see me making small adjustments as I'm driving, and the reason why is because I'm checking my angle somehow, and my gun is automatically pointed towards the enemy. Okay, so we bounced another shot. Unfortunately, okay, it looks like he hit me on the side, but he's out of the game. I'm up to 4,600 blocked by damage. That's the end of the damage I'm going to block in this game. I did 2,300 damage so far. Now, basically, if you rewind the video, you'll notice that what I did was I knew that the enemy was there. I pointed my gun in the direction where he shows on the minimap, and I angled my tank at the same time while I was driving. So let's rewind it. So I'm going to point my gun. Look at the minimap. Right there is the point where I finally pointed my gun. Oh, actually, maybe not. I'm sorry. You know what? The replay is doesn't show where the gun was pointed on the minimap. But I made sure that I still had that angle that I desired while I was advancing. That's a horrible angle right there. Well, he's out of the game. If he had survived, I would have corrected the angle. And you notice that I still have a good angle when I'm going up against that T-29. 95% of the time, I have a good angle when I'm firing against the enemy in a game. I got 3,100 damage, 4,570 blocked by armor, and 1,600 spotting damage, plus 3 kills, but it wasn't enough. I had enough damage, but not enough blocked by armor. I needed to block an additional 2,000 damage in order to complete the mission, which is HT-12 sturdy armor for the Object 260. This tank is a Type 5 heavy. This is a Japanese Tier 10 heavy tank, and the map is Mountain Pass. I'm working on a mission which is HT-12 sturdy armor to do 8,700 damage blocked by armor plus 3,000 damage. I'm not going to do it in this game, and the purpose of this game is I'm going to show you what happens when the enemy fires heat rounds at you. And I have a very slow tank, which means it's difficult for me to reposition. Okay, you can see that the first shot that came in was over 400 damage. Let's see if we can find where he hit me. You know, I don't see where he hit me. 498 damage. That WZ-111-5A did 498 damage, and he hit me with a heat round, and the E-100 did 704 damage, and he hit me with an heat round. So you can see they both hit. Okay, so one of them, which I believe is the E-100, hit my lower plate, and look at that. The WZ-111 appeared to hit my turret. At this point, if I were normally playing with a reasonably fast tank, what I would do is just leave and go somewhere else. Because when you're going up against enemies that are firing heat and you don't have heat, you're going to lose. And I don't like to fire APCR rounds. It's just by principle, I want to be a good player. I don't want to just sit there slinging heat and APCR. So what I do now is I usually just leave and go fight somewhere else. So we're going to see what happens in this game. I'm probably at this point, yeah, I'm telling them that there's heat at the bridge. So that my ally knows, don't expect his armor to help him. Okay, so I got hit twice more. Both were also heat rounds. The WZ-111-5A was firing heat for 430 damage, and the Leopard 1 was firing heat for 414 damage. I'm down to about a third of my hit points. You can see I got hit right there, and I got hit in the lower plate. I've only gone up to fire twice, and I probably only fired my gun once. And I'm already almost dead. One more round and I'm out of the game. And I was really upset. Okay, so that was an E-100. Okay, look at where he hit me. He hit on that plate. You can see where it's highlighted in orange on that angle. I got 750 blocked by armor against that E-100. So at this point, I thought, you know, this game is a loss. I'm not going to be able to do anything. I got hit for 576. This is HE by the FV215B183. So as I've said before, I don't know if you overheard it. It looks like he may have hit me right there on the left of my lower plate. I'm really not sure. Or maybe he splashed my upper plate right on that corner. But, you know, I'm practically out of the game. That's another heat round, 276 damage. I only went to fire twice. Maybe I went and fired 3 times and I just miscounted. But that shows you how much damage heat can do. They all fired heat at me, and they just took me out of the game. This is a Type 5 heavy. The Leopard 1 is one of the worst tanks in the game, and he was able to just do damage to me. So if you're trying to do damage blocked by armor up against heat, supposedly showing your side armor is going to defend against heat, but I haven't come up with a method yet. So what might have happened is if I had gone out at an angle and showed them more of my side armor, I might have blocked more damage. I'm going to do some testing, and I'll report back to you when I tell you what I found. I have a website which is standupcomedy.org. Every day there's great videos from great comedians. There's like 40 or 50 videos every day. For today, I'm going to show you today's videos, June 7th. This is Seth Green from Austin Powers. We got Jimmy Fallon doing an interview. It's not on his show. John Heffron, funny comedian. He did Last Comic Standing. Jimmy Kimmel with Ellen DeGeneres. Dana Carvey on Conan. Jeff Ross. Tim Allen. Someone you don't care about. Tom Hanks. Kevin Hart. Alec Baldwin. And these are all clips where they appeared, oh, come on, load the page. They all appeared on TV or on some show today. So we got another one with Dana Carvey and with Kevin Hart. We've got another Kevin Hart. We've got Will Sasso. This guy is hilarious. We got James Corden, Jerry Seinfeld. He's talking about Seinfeld reboot. Fred Armisen, David Spade about his new talk show. James Corden. This is some guy I don't know. Sean Locke. Dave Attell. Okay, so these are the previous day. This is where we get into the previous day. Is this guy over here, Rob Hayes? I must have liked his comedy, otherwise I would not have added it. So there's got to be like 50 just from today. Patton Oswalt. This is some movie that was a lot of big actors like Dana Carvey, James Corden, Cher, of course, who's a great comedian. She's on Howard Stern, Alec Baldwin, Louis Anderson, Lee Mack is really funny. I know you don't know who he is. Um, Kumail Nanjiani, Seth Green again, Liam Gallagher, this is not a comedian. Dana Carvey with Conan. Dana Carvey, Lisa Lampanelli. She's not that funny. Lisa Lampanelli. She's got a new talk show coming up. Conan O'Brien. This is not obviously going to be a great clip, but every day great clips. I also have electionnews.org, which is where the real comedy is. All the candidates are here. Oh, you know what? I should go back and show you. These are like all the big comedians: Aziz Ansari, Bill Burr, Brian Regan, Dane Cook, Jeff Ross, Jim Gaffigan. So if I click on somebody like who has a lot, I know that Mark Norman has a lot. Mark Norman is one of the big up and coming comedians. He's very funny. And I got a lot of videos with him, and it's all recent stuff. You can see today is June 7th, so he had 2 videos yesterday, 2 videos on the 2nd, on the 29th, on the 25th. So like once a week, he's getting a video coming up. Let's check. Kevin Hart has videos all the time. If you like him, there's like 5 videos a day of him. Let's check Dane Cook. Slow. While we're checking Dane Cook. Okay, so I've got a lot of SNL people. These are the SNL people. These are actors like Mark Wahlberg, Owen Wilson, Steve Carell. We've got all the TV shows like Jim Jeffries, Howard Stern, Conan O'Brien, John Oliver, Seth Meyers. So Dane Cook, he was on Comedy Central June 4th, June 3rd, June 2nd, he was on Kimmel Live. June 2nd, he was on some podcast. May 24th, this is with Tom Green on the Larry King Show. On the 22nd, he was with Bert Shyster, whatever his name is. I don't know his name, but it's a great site. So let's go to the election site. We've got all the Democrats. There's a little bit of Trump news, and the reason why there's not a lot is because if I included Trump, there would just be so much news about him that it would just distract people. So I've got all the candidates. We've got facts like about the Electoral College, and when I say facts, it's stuff like how does it work. It's factual stuff, the history, biography. We've got opinion for different issues like taxes, gun control, etc., and some other boring stuff that you really don't care about. And it's updated every day. So again, look, Bernie Sanders, today is June 7th. We've got a prediction. We've got him speaking on some TV network. Yesterday, he was Time Magazine did a piece on him. There was also something that looks like CNN and Fox did something on him. This is June 6th, this is just yesterday. MSNBC yesterday. MSNBC, Elizabeth Warren is talking about him. This is a podcast, which was also yesterday. This is Fox News yesterday. This was the day before yesterday, 2 days ago. 2 days ago, 2 days ago. This is some TikTok is Bloomberg, perhaps. MSNBC 2 days ago. Fox Business 2 days ago. 3 days ago, he was on another network you don't care about, CBSN. So all the coverage that he gets on all the major networks, you can go watch all those stories. You can watch all these boring people like Jill Stein, who's never in the news. She goes weeks without being in the news. Andrew Yang is in the news quite often. So you can see we've got him on June 6th, on June 3rd, on June 4th, on May 29th, on the 25th, on the 24th. So he's in every couple of days. He's in the news. So we'll look at the opinion pieces. It's things like, why are young Americans, they go and they ask questions. This is a JLE show, so there is going to be some comedy. We've got some guy just talking about some stuff you don't care about. Elon Musk stating his opinion on something. This is a TED Talk. This is from the Atlantic magazine. You know, it's an opinion piece. Why? Fox, comparison between Canada and the U.S. So this is a debate on a network like Good Morning Britain. There's international news about U.S. elections. So there's a lot of good information here, and I'm going to be making more sites over time. Check the sites out. It's standup-comedy.org and election-news.org. And of course, this will carry on beyond the 2020 election.